Welcome, everyone, to San Antonio by Night, The Oncoming Storm, Episode 14. Last we left off, our coterie, the host, with its new members, John, Velda, and Miss Violet, coming into the picture, they have been working to try and fix a little bit of a herd problem that they have been encountering, thanks to a particular priest that Urien's familiar with. In the process of doing so, however, they've run across some very interesting complications, such as a woman from Violet's past and a very brutal kindred whom they met yesterday. Last time, rather. And so, the coterie is scattered throughout the domain, looking to get together in some form or fashion and go about seeing if they can't solve this problem quickly now that they know more. Velda, why don't you tell us a little bit about how things went going to Prince of Peace last time?
Could have gone a hell of a lot better if running into Hugh was not something none of us had expected. What I expected even less was Amber trying to threaten him with a knife to his throat. Against a kindred, that does not go so well. Particularly one as unstable as what Hugh seemed to be. He is temperamental and aggressive, and he claims to be friends with Father Trent. So now I am full of questions, and everybody is doing their own thing. So who do I ask? There's only one person.
So many more questions and still not solved.
Indeed. It's beginning to get a little frustrating.
Frustrating indeed. Amber, you were beside Velda when encountering this particular individual. Why don't you give us an idea of where your head's at right now?
This fucking job. So, it seems like it's gonna be easy. Just, walk into the church, have a little talk with Father Trent, maybe take him out somewhere and just make the poor bastard disappear. But no. Fucking Hugh of all people had to be there. The stupid Malkavian brother of M. Camarilla piece of shit. Look, who the fuck carries a baton in a church? Isn't anything sacred anymore? I mean, obviously not. I mean, I really couldn't give two shits, but still!
Your mind is racing a million miles an hour about everyone and everything around you.
So, I decided to do one of the things that I do best. I decided to try and intimidate him. Use a little bit of physical coercion, not combat, not here to get violent. Just, some scare tactics. And what does he do? He clubs me in the fucking face and does something to my brain. I have no idea fucking what. And now I'm hearing things. I just need to be alone for a while. And he better hope to fucking God that once I regather my, composure, once I regain my composure and heal my dislocated jaw, because fuck him, he better watch the fuck out, because if there wasn't anything personal in this before, there is now. I'm going to make him suffer. I'm going to make him suffer rather beautifully before he gets turned into dust. Why not? It's what he deserves. Piece of shit.
We'll definitely see how that goes. So far, your plans have all but been punched holes through. Let's see.
Yeah, not happy about that either.
Not a lot is looking up for Miss Amber Dupree. Violet, you're waiting for the delivery of a package. A particular individual from your past. Why don't you give us a little bit of insight into who this person is, really, and your thoughts going forward?
Well, I am currently waiting on the delivery of Madame, the mentor, I suppose you could say, for much of my younger life leading up to my embrace. We have a long and varied past, but needless to say, I would not be the woman I am today if it wasn't for her inspiration and guidance. I am of conflicting feelings about this current situation. I know she's working against me. I do not know the exact situation. I don't even know if my sire, Father Thomas Wilde, is still alive or not.
Seems like there is a lot of questions going on for that one, too.
Indeed. As things stand, it's going to be a very interesting night.
Very interesting indeed. Urien, you had a very interesting conversation with this individual prior to her getting tackled
The
by
beating.
Yes. Getting tackled by Alfonso and apprehended. John in a bit of a heap.
He decided to end up offering a boon that he would offer protection. I honored that by treating him true to his word. So, that being said, as it stands, I am with the package now. She is a beautiful thing. I am shocked to know that Miss Violet was embraced rather than this dam. But what can you do? For now, I am simply waiting to deliver my end of the bargain. I have been thinking quite a bit of the situation. I need to wait for particular elements to start to engage. I'm hesitant to start moving board pieces right now. And yet, I know that should I stay still, it becomes complacency. And for as much as I have grown in this city, it's not enough. Not if I expect to fight off the Camarilla. My mind very much is in a split. I will be focusing on gathering information. I need to end up knowing all the assets, all things at my disposal. get understanding of our enemy. The fate of John is yet to be decided. Who knows? Maybe Violet can assist me in such ways. She does owe me, after all.
That she does. And so we begin the drive to the place where you decided with Miss Violet to meet up to hand over Madame to her. Is Jean in the vehicle with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Though I am making sure that he is otherwise preoccupied as to not interrupt the meeting. So it will be just me and my child doing the speaking.
Very well.
Seeing as I know I'm being delivered, Madame, I would probably ask it to be happening at my new club.
Okay.
Very well. I will acquiesce to this request.
Then we will head over that way. So let me grab everything. And we will go to Club Dignity, the new establishment that Violet has been creating. And so take it away. And when you arrive at this particular location, Urien, you are seeing that the interior is kind of like every club that you've seen so far, except that there are far more seating arrangements and less of a dance floor in this particular club. The aesthetic is dim and red, and so far as you can tell, isn't up and running yet, but should be shortly.
It is an appropriate Viper's Den. Yes. Still, I will leave John to the tender mercies of thin bloods and keep Carlos handy. It was Carlos who ended up, well, dismantling John. At this point, Fox and Alfonso can handle the job.
Fair enough. They're gonna stay in the van with him. Are you taking Madame in with you at this point, or are you leaving her in there too?
I am bringing her in.
And she is still gagged, she is still bound, a large bruise on the side of her face.
Matters not.
So Violet,
Urien and Madame, a pleasure to see you both this evening.
Oh, let us not forget my child. You know, you remember Carlos.
I do. It is good to see you here.
hey,
What do you think of the place? I'm still working out some of the finer details. Most of the actual performative gear, shall we say, won't be arriving until next week, but I'm almost ready.
it's very red. I'm not necessarily well, I say I'm not a club goer, but I currently proprietate one, so...
They learned so quickly.
Oh, trust me, I mean no disrespect when I say this club is far, far different from Lush.
I'm sure the irony will be more appreciable once you are open. That is beside the point. As wonderful as your establishment may be, I believe this, he kind of pushes him down a little closer to Violet, is what it is you are asking for.
She is, and I thank you for bringing her to me, though. Really, could you not have done it in a more graceful way, Urien?
Would you rather me end up bringing her back in the same way I brought Benji home? That could have been just as easily arranged.
No,
If you
no.
don't want my help, and I feel this is ungrateful, I believe we can go back to the old-fashioned way.
Far from it. I am inherently grateful for this. Did you manage to find out why she is here?
Not as of yet, but as it stands, I am trusting that you will inform me when that little note comes by. Right now, the point of contact was to end up bringing her to you as you requested.
And I am very thankful for that.
We'll see about that. I have my suspicions still, but that suspicion does not mean I will not go out of my way to try and end up showing some measure of hospitality.
It is so nice when we are able to be hospitable these nights.
Now, that being said, Madame, as it stands, is, if I recall, and ST, do correct me if I'm speaking out of turn, but I believe it was revealed that she is here with one called Hugh.
Yes, she did say that.
Last time I checked, that was not your progenitor's name.
No, my sire and Madame's former
Domator.
Domitor, thank you, was a man by the name of Father Thomas Wilde. I don't see him going under a rebranding anytime soon.
No, I'm told that this Hugh is somewhat unstable. What you choose to end up doing to this woman by, well, truthfully could not care. But if it makes your evening more pleasant, who knows, maybe she'll make a fantastic dancer for a stage here once you have it installed. But my primary concern is, after this transaction, has this domain benefited, or am I simply feeding a serpent in my garden?
Well, with all due respect, as you may have noticed, this domain isn't yours. I was given this place by the grace of Baron Batista.
And yet I ended up doing so with the acknowledgement that it would further domain that I end up holding in good graces with Baron Delgado. This is my, shall we say, olive branch, in due respect to the Honorable Baron Bautista.
I'm not sure I entirely follow, Urien. Our deal was quite simple. I owe you a boon in exchange for you putting me in touch with Batista. Everything that happened between me and her was between me and her alone.
Yes, but you are under her domain, her ruling. So long as you are in her domain. She has given you this club, yes.
Yes.
So you would stake claim of the domain in this building and its property, yes.
That was what we agreed to, yes.
So understand with that, I have given you a tool to benefit your own. And I am trusting in doing so. It also ends up benefiting that of the Honorable Baron Antonio Delgado. After all, they are currently both in talks to be in good graces to one another. Something we could all learn, especially given the history that has recently befell Detroit. Trying to avoid that is a top priority to me.
I am more than happy to help soothe over tensions in this city to prevent another Detroit.
Is there anything more that you need to end up speaking of?
Does this you know we have, madame?
Not yet.
And did she have a phone, wallet, ID?
Carlos hands Miss Violet the possessions. We have already gone through them for our own perusal.
And Carlos gives them to you, Violet.
You'll find that the SIM card has already been removed.
Of course. Well, again, thank you, Urien and Carlos. Give my due thanks to the others as well.
Can do.
I will let you know the moment I find anything.
And with that, Carlos, we shall take our leave of Miss Violet and do her the honor of unwrapping the gift that we brought about.
Alright. See you around, Violet.
Carlos, try and show some degree of civility.
That was civil, wasn't it?
You'll have to pardon. He is not climatized to civil society just yet. Such is the weight a sire must carry. Be well, Miss Violet, and we both wish you a fantastic evening.
And yourself.
Then turn and start walking out.
And Carlos and Urien make their way out of the location, and the van disappears from the parking lot, and you are left alone with Madame. Her hands are tied behind her back with zip ties. Seem to be chafing her wrists a little bit. A solid bruise, an impact wound on the side of her face. Her hair tousled.
I'm gonna sort of brush her hair back into place and just say, they really were rough with you, weren't they, dear?
And you notice that she does have a gag in her mouth.
Probably a crude one. I'm gonna lead her back to my office,
Okay.
where this Haven's cell would be.
And she seems to follow reluctantly, but you have her by the arm, so there's not much wiggling out that she could do right now.
And I would like to, as I slowly put her in the cell, activate entrancement.
All right. And what is the resistance for entrancement?
Composure plus wits
Composure and
versus
wits.
my charisma plus presence.
All right.
I beat +1, so this will last for 2 hours. And I will rouse check. Going up to hunger 2. I am going to look at her and just say, now if I take the restraints and gag off, will you not shout or struggle? Honestly, I apologize. I don't want any harm to come to you. And I'll be honest, I'm pretty sure Urien would have killed you if it wasn't for me.
She inhales deeply and makes a nod that she would agree to those terms.
I ungag her and uncuff her, or yeah, the Violet would definitely have safety scissors here.
Oh yeah.
And sort of cut the zip ties and sort of just put her in the cell and close the door, but just leave it unlocked for now.
She brushes her hair behind an ear a little bit and rubs her chafed wrists.
They really have no skill when it comes to restraints, do they?
No. It would seem not. What are you doing here?
Surviving. Detroit wasn't safe. Everywhere was burning. I had to get out. What are you doing here?
The exact same thing, really.
But with this, you, not father.
Father Wild is dead, Violet.
Insight check.
Go for it.
Would I be adding my presence rating to this as well?
No, not an insight check.
2 successes.
She looks like she's a little hard to read, but that could be because of her current condition, how she's been treated so far.
I am... well... part of me is sorry to hear that. I know he meant a lot to you.
Where were you?
I was surviving. That's what he taught us.
The haven was burning. I couldn't wake him. I tried to find you, Violet. But you were already gone.
I tried reaching out to him. I tried to get in touch. I tried to figure out what was going on. I had to. The ways he taught us, putting people in power, it caused a spotlight. The moment they started looking into things, I was in real danger. By the time it was safe for me to try and come back out and reach out to anyone, then yes, I found the haven burnt. And you were nowhere to be found, and I didn't know what had happened to father.
And she sits down on whatever kind of seat is in the cell at this point and doesn't really look at you. Well, what now?
That entirely depends.
It's not up to
What
me,
is
is
your...
it?
I'm sorry, say that again?
It's not up to me, is it?
It is in part, but it is also up to the blood. I am guessing that this Hugh is not an equal partner in this relationship.
I was desperate. He found me. He helped me.
I do not blame you. I am...
He's not a bad man. If a little moody. Moodier than father was.
But as it is, we have now found ourselves on opposite sides. And I don't want that.
I'm trying not to be angry with you.
You have every right to be.
Me being angry at you is not going to get us anywhere. He's going to come after you. You know that, right?
Because of you?
Because of this whole city.
They will fight him.
I know they will.
And unlike Detroit, I think that some of the ones here could actually win.
don't know anything about that.
Father always did keep you in the dark about things, didn't he?
Not everything. But his plans and his desires were very hard to read sometimes. And I did everything I could to make sure that you girls were never in the line of fire when he got mad.
Yes, couldn't afford to damage the goods. He used us. And I mean that, both of us. I don't really regret him for it, it's the nature of the blood, but he was using us. He used you for years.
Does that surprise you?
No. But I'll be honest, I see you here again, and so much of his success was built on your back.
Well, none of that matters anymore.
Doesn't it?
It's all gone.
I mean,
Detroit's gone.
Detroit's gone.
Well, maybe.
This place isn't. I'm not. I am just getting started with this club, and, well, it could use a maitre d'.
And that's what I would be in perpetuity.
Not necessarily. Unlike Father, I actually respect you. You helped me get this club up and running, you helped me establish it, you helped me train the staff, and at the end, I will embrace you. If that is truly what you want, you could join our ranks.
I see what you're doing here.
What, offering you a chance that neither of those two would ever?
You're doing like the father would. Dangle something in front of me so I would dance.
I am not offering you anything right now because we both know that there is a third party at work here. The blood compels you.
Yes, it does. Logically, I know this. In his presence, I'm nothing but his plaything. But the Father Wild treated me differently. He was actually compassionate sometimes.
But you were still so often his plaything. I mean, how many girls did he make you train? How many girls did he embrace while stringing you along? I mean, look at us. I'm practically a younger version of you. You must have hated me.
And she just kind of looks away a little bit more. Younger, prettier me. That was always the rub.
As you probably saw in the main room, I'm a bit short on allies in this city. I am entirely sincere when I say I would love to embrace you. But right now, I cannot risk that. Well, it is messy at the best of times. I am not entirely sure how the blood would take hold. But if we can get this situation with Hugh resolved...
That's what I was trying to negotiate with Urien, and he wouldn't hear me.
What does he want?
Hugh wants his sister. Her name is Em. She's here in this city somewhere. And Urien Doyle was the first person I was directed to try and make that offer. He seemed powerful enough, seemed to have enough clout in this city that perhaps he could sway someone's opinion. Hell, based on the phone call he made today, he knows where she is.
And I'm guessing he was not too keen to give her up.
Well, she wasn't too keen to leave, so he spoke for her. I'm not gonna lie, that girl screaming really, really tore at my heart. But I have to make him happy, Violet. Because maybe this could be a new home.
Do you have a way to contact him? A number?
No, he doesn't carry cell phones. Most of him and his crew don't.
Then how do you reach him?
He always seems to know where to find me. I don't know what he does. I don't know if that's something he can do. His forte seems to be telling people what to do, and they do it. And that's what I can do.
I had heard. I hear you bossed around two of my associates rather well in the church.
Could you blame me? They were being rather nosy in my business.
Oh no, not at all. I rather applaud it. I need time to think, and... I want to help you, Madame. I genuinely do. I am just in a very difficult position here.
Yeah, where my Dometer can and finds a lot of joy in ending kindred lives.
I will give you a option. And I mean this most sincerely. I can keep you here, safe, in my domain. If your sire tracks, or if this Hugh tracks you down, I would like to talk to him, although I'm sure that he will be quite blunt about things, as you said. But I want to try and help you. And that may mean I need you to trust me, at least for a little while.
You have protections here?
I am relatively unknown. This place is not yet open or known to the public. It is about as hidden can be. If this Hugh does come in, he will not be greeted with a closed door. For as much as I dislike his organization, I mean, they are the ones who caused Detroit to burn, you realize. They are the ones who ultimately led to the death of Father.
She's gonna insight check you on that. And roll me either a charisma persuasion or a manipulation subterfuge.
I will go charisma persuasion. Because I do genuinely believe that. +3 for entrancement. Oh god, that's going to be risky. I'm going to have to willpower that.
Okay.
Please no crit. Please no crit.
I don't know. I didn't really stick around long after the fires.
You may not have been aware of it, but to put it simply, the Camarilla, as they call themselves, came to Detroit. They wanted to establish themselves, take it over. And that struggle caused attention from the mortal society. It also means that our particular strain of the blood, mine and Father's, are not welcome in the Camarilla. They will exterminate us, they will kill us, without a second thought, merely for who we are. Well, it might have been humans who burnt down Father's place and killed him. I do not doubt that somewhere behind the scenes there was a kindred pulling the strings. Who knows? Your Hugh may even know them.
He's from New York. so far as I understand, the rest of his little bunch aren't from anywhere near Detroit, so I don't know.
His little bunch? How many of them are there?
I think I've only met one.
But they're here in the city.
I don't know specifically. It's always been Hugh who's met them, so not me. I was in charge of getting Father Trent technologically savvy. Hugh likes to dabble in religion. He finds it funny.
Funny.
I don't know why. To be quite honest, I've only just met him a month ago. It's been about 3 months since Father Wilde died now.
It really doesn't seem that long ago.
Is there anything more that you want from me?
Not right now, other than genuinely, I want to help you.
I don't know that you can.
Time will tell. After all, you taught me how to deal with men, and ultimately, Father, Hugh, Urien, they're still men. I think we can deal with those particular issues.
Resisting them will just turn this into another Detroit. Violet. So far as I understand, they'll accept anyone. Anyone willing to back them.
That is what they say, yes. And then one night I wake up staked to a rooftop and can only watch the sunrise.
If that's how you think it'll go.
It's how they've worked in the past. It's how they've betrayed us in the past.
You've probably got other things to get to.
I do. I will be back before the evening is over. I will bring you food, blankets, something to make it a little more comfortable. If Hugh shows up, my number is on the desk. I know he doesn't like phones, but there is a landline here. Here, and he needs to dial. I will recognize the number, and I will come and talk to him.
She nods.
And I will get the key to the cell, lock it, and put it on a chain around my neck, and lock my office door, and I will give Urien a call.
Urien, you get a call from Miss Violet.
On Carlos's phone, I'm guessing.
On
Because
Carlos's
I'm
phone.
pretty sure Yuri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Derek.
I was muted. You know, still need to end up making a few contacts at this point. So, I see Miss Violet. What is she approaching us? Like, as far as I've been out in the van, we driven off, and now I'm suddenly...
Yes, you are getting a call on Carlos's phone at this
Okay.
point.
Okay. Didn't see Carlos, though. There's no Carlos. How could I know? Good evening.
I'm guessing Fox is currently sipping on a Slurpee.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm really tired and I could zoned out. I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Good evening, Miss Violet.
Where do you need me tonight?
Where do I need you? What would imply I need you this evening?
The fact I just had a conversation and I might have information pertinent, but not one that can be said over a phone.
I have a few errands to run. Once I am done, I will return to the meeting place. I have to have a discussion with a student.
Very well. I will see you there later.
Be well, Miss Violet. Hangs up the phone.
And for now,
Violet will just sort of sit in the empty club and just put her head in her hands and just think about the current situation, and that's where she's gonna stay until like some time has passed, and then she'll head to the meeting place.
alright. Then for now, we leave Miss Violet to her own thoughts as we catch up with Velda and Amber. The two of them together for the current moment in the in one of their cars driving off.
It was in Amber's car, heading towards Amber's Haven.
So you are headed to Amber's Haven, and the two of you, and Velda, you can see that Amber's agitated. I don't think that goes without saying.
Understandably, that was not
Exceptionally,
exactly a situation that we had wanted to be in.
exceptionally agitated. There's probably a lot of mumbling under her breath about who the fuck carries a baton in a church and what the fuck was he doing there, and probably just generally a lot of expletives. For someone who normally carries herself relatively eloquently, Amber has a very dirty mouth.
Which is a little bit funny. Just a little bit.
Yeah, well, glad someone's getting a laugh tonight.
Not gonna lie. It's kind of amusing watching you get beat over the head. I have
Yeah,
to
well, I'm glad.
question, what were you even thinking?
Well, I was planning on intimidating the guy. Wasn't planning to get to actual combat, just scare tactics, you know? But
Except...
no, instead he decided to pull out a goddamn baton and smack me in the fucking mouth, which still hurts. Thank you for asking.
Yes, I would imagine so. But I have to question your reasoning. Did you not see the way he was acting?
She's prying a lot, Amber. She's prying into your business way too much right now.
Look, this is the discussion that we really should be having right now. I'm not in the right mind to have this discussion. You can ask me all the fucking questions you want after I'm calmed down, okay?
All right. Something's crawled up your butt.
Look, I don't know. I'm sorry. Everything's just gone wrong, and once we get back to my haven,
She knows where your haven is. She knows where you sleep.
She already knew where I slept. She actually mumbles that to herself. Look, once we get back to my haven, find a way to the meeting house somehow, and I'll meet you there.
If you're sure.
I need some time alone.
All right. Don't spend too much time alone, though. And keep your eyes peeled. The feeling this Hugh person has more to him than meets the eye.
Yeah. I am gonna check my rear view. Am I being tailed?
Make a wits plus awareness.
Now I need to check to see. I just need to very quickly check to see if the compulsion penalty applies here. Compulsion, paranoia. Anything not taken towards that immediate end. Well, I suppose she's already heading back there. It is kind of towards that immediate end to be alone.
Yeah, to make sure that you're not being tailed. Yeah, that applies to your paranoia.
So wits awareness. I'm at a -2 because I'm impaired.
All clear.
No, I have no idea. I roll 3 dice normally, and I'm mentally impaired.
Seems all clear, but you can't be sure.
So to that end, I will probably be taking the long, like, kind of taking back streets and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just reflexively to try and rush, like, if anyone is tailing me, to try and take them off my tail.
Fair enough.
Eventually ending up at the haven. And once they park, Amber is simply going to look at Velda, like, after they both hop out of the car, she's going to lock the car, and she's simply going to tell Velda, I'll see you at the meeting house, before walking upstairs without another word.
And Velda would proceed to call an Uber.
Okay. Amber, the voices in your head are telling you you need to move house.
I can't.
Can't afford
House.
Can't afford to have her know where you sleep. It's a vulnerability.
It's
It's a weakness.
Amber's just sitting on her bed, rocking back and forward, just getting more and more agitated at the voices in her head. Just like, shut up, 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 shut up. She's trying her best to block it out.
What if
to
this Hugh
give
knows
herself
where you
a-
live? You don't know anything about
Probably.
Batcavians? If that's even what you suspected he is.
He's Em's brother. They share a sire, that I know. So if that's the case, if one is, then the other is too. I don't think I've ever heard tales of anyone just straight up changing plans after the embrace.
How does Amber try and calm herself down with all of this going on in her head and her mind racing so quickly she can't even keep up with it anymore?
There is only one way that a toreador of her caliber knows how to calm down, and that's by chucking the mother of all fucking tantrums. There's stuff thrown, there's a very, very definitely a broken mirror. Or at the very least a cracked mirror. Probably some destroyed clothing. And, after the voices get the better of her and she just destroys some things.
Could always call Ashley. He's always made you feel safe.
Not calling Ashley. I'm not walking back to him tail between my fucking legs. I refuse. And she's cut her makeup's mussed up and she's kind of looking at herself in that cracked mirror. The multiples of her reflection now made as one mirror has become several, and the kinds of just the kind of mess that she's made of herself. Like,
Do you even feel safe here anymore?
As safe as I'll be anywhere else. There's only one thing I can do. I need to get him up and walking again. I'm not a fighter. Not in that way, anyway.
Benji's a fighter. Is he a threat too?
No.
He could easily cripple you and incapacitate you.
But we have something over him. And if he did cripple me, incapacitate me, It'll be my own fault. Our own fault. It'll be what we deserve and nothing more. I'm either going to claw my way out of this fucking pit or I'm going to die trying. So buckle up. Because things are going to get rough. And if you can't handle it, I'm more than fine to just tap out. I will burn out before I fade away.
For now, we're going to leave Amber with her thoughts as well. And pick back up with Velda. You've called yourself an Uber. You've paid the fee. The driver was fairly nondescript and didn't really say anything. So your business is your own. Where are you headed?
I would like to get a snack. And the easiest way to do that is to pop into Club Cosmos.
All right. Your little slice of heaven.
Loud music, bodies rubbing up against one another. Yes.
Just like you like it.
Beautiful. Absolutely wonderful. She's gonna make her way out onto the floor and slip in with the crowd.
Okay. So because this is not in the sanctuary domain, your feeding roll is going to be a difficulty 7.
Oof. Okay.
So if you want to do that here, you can. But if you want to go to sanctuary, you can do that as well.
No, she's gonna do it here.
Okay. Then roll me a feeding roll.
I do believe it's charisma subterfuge for her.
Or manipulation persuasion, I think.
Manipulation persuasion. Okay.
Plus any seduction specialty you have.
She does have looks merit, so that'll be a +2.
Yep.
I do believe.
Looks merit does apply.
Oof.
If you would like to succeed at a cost, it will be 1 aggravated willpower.
Okay. She's hungry.
Alright, then you are free to slake 2 hunger at the cost of an aggravated willpower.
Fantastic. And I want to see if I can pick up somebody to take home with me.
Okay. I would say that's another manipulation persuasion roll.
Yep.
With your looks and your seduction.
So that's a +3.
Okay. Yeah, this
Could have
person
been worse.
This person seems to be more than willing to go home with you.
Okay.
Where are you off to?
To the meeting house.
And you are taking this individual with you?
Yes.
Alright. Then to the meeting house it is. The passenger you have, though, does seem to get a little concerned, as this particular house is in the middle of a kind of wooded park kind of thing. Seems to get a little uneasy. we doing here?
Well, this is where I live.
Okay. It's
Come inside.
sure. Sure.
And she keeps up the flirty.
Okay. And so what do you intend to do with this person?
She's gonna drag him down to Benji.
And you both come down the stairs, and this person immediately starts to, like, once you turn on the light and everything, immediately starts to look at Benji.
She doesn't turn on the light until they're right down there.
Okay. It's dark, lady. Velda.
Yeah, that's alright. It's fun doing it in the dark, don't you think?
I mean, I can't see. I'm gonna trip down these fucking stairs.
Oh, you'll be alright. Trust me.
Hello? Who's there? You hear Benji calling.
Don't worry, Benji. Just relax.
What?
It's just me.
Hey.
Hey. She continues leading the guy down.
And you lead the guy down, and he's kind of looking around to see if he can see a light switch or a pull string or something.
She's gonna lead him over to Benji, and she's gonna say, Benji, are you hungry? And kind of shove the guy towards him.
And okay, so initially when you see Benji, you don't necessarily see that he's he's now grown the rest of the skeletal structure of his body, and so when you throw this individual on him and he catches them with one fully formed hand and a skeletal hand, and he looks them in the eyes, he's like, oh, what? What is this? Velda?
Hungry? Hungry? Food. Eat.
And Benji's gonna take a bite. just
surprise meal.
And so when he sinks his teeth into the neck of this individual, he doesn't necessarily look like he's doing it very quickly. He's instead letting them take in the feeling of the kiss and stares at you in a what the fuck kind of look.
She just grins at him.
He isn't hunger force, so he does need to make a hunger frenzy. Since he's gone and sunk his teeth into this person. So... oh, nope, that's the wrong button. Let's see. Oh, what did I do? Here we go. Hang on. I'm all over the place here. But thankfully, he's able to keep his shit together as he is, as he's drinking and is still eyeballing you, Velda. He licks the wound and lets this person go. They're still dazed on the floor. And he's like, the fuck am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? He's not supposed to see me like this.
Don't worry about it. And she's going to move the guy. kind of hoist him on her shoulder and start pulling him up the stairs. She left the lights on pretty much off this entire time.
Okay. And Benji is left there dumbfounded for a moment. What do you do?
Velda is going to take this guy, and she's going to move away from the meeting place, over by a bar. She's gonna buy a bottle of alcohol from a bottle-o. She's gonna tip some of it all over this guy and dump him in an alley with the bottle in his hand.
Make me a composure and subterfuge. Just to see how well you're able to stage this.
Oof. Can I willpower that one?
You can always willpower. Three successes. It's convincing enough.
And then she just leaves him there and heads back to the meeting place.
Okay. And when you come back, do you go back down to Benji?
Yes, and this time I'll turn on the light.
And you can definitely see that most of his hips and torso and his dominant arm are fully formed, but the rest is skeletal, and it looks kind of creepy.
That's not exactly pleasant to look at.
Yeah. Where are my clothes? And
Velda just looks around and grabs something to toss over him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna start looking for my clothes.
I'll leave you to that. Give me a yell when you're done. And she makes her way back up to wait.
And after a few moments, you see him kind of look at the, like, slightly open the basement door, hoping to catch you.
She's standing right there.
Okay, is anybody else here right now?
I don't think so. I'm gonna use Sense the Unseen just in case.
Okay, roll me
Because
some
he
sense.
was hanging around. Oof.
So far as you can tell right now, not a peep.
Yeah, no, as far as I can see, there's nobody.
Okay. Cool. What are you doing here?
I thought that would be obvious, considering I just threw a man at you.
Right. He's gonna be okay, right?
Yeah, I dropped him in an alley with a bottle of alcohol and made him stink to high heaven.
Effective, I think. I don't know how much he saw. And he kind of waves his slightly skeletal hand underneath a rather large leather jacket that seems to slump in places it shouldn't.
Well, you know, I did leave the lights off for that very reason. I'm surprised you didn't kill him.
Dad didn't want to do that, because that's not pleasant.
Yes. Well, considering what you did to the last one, I couldn't be sure.
Yeah, that was a mess.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like messes, but, yeah.
Do you mind if I come back down and we can sit and talk? I have a few questions for you.
I can answer to the best of my ability.
I'm
And,
sure your ability will be better than others right now.
and he turns to go down the stairs, but you can definitely see that he's hobbling.
Yeah,
He's definitely
he
not
not in a good
comfortable.
way.
He's not getting around very well. He's very obviously got a limp at this point.
Velda makes her way back down and she sits on top of anything that's available.
Benji just sits back down on the cot. Or on the floor. The cot's probably pretty messy at this point.
So, Amber did tell you that she was going out to the church tonight, didn't she?
Right. Yeah.
That didn't go to plan. Father Trent is still at large, and we seem to have a bigger problem.
What do you mean by bigger problem?
Do you know of a kindred named Hugh by chance?
I've heard that name before.
You have.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about them?
Not a lot. Friend of mine told me about him.
What did they say?
That Hugh's from New York. And that they fear him for their life. He's some kind of specter of death or some shit.
Well, that would make sense with what I viewed.
Where is
So-
Amber? Where is she?
She's at home. She's safe. She's acting a little strangely, though. She did take a good wallop to the head after she threatened Hugh with a knife. But she's okay.
And you see him facepalm.
My thoughts exactly.
I should have done this earlier. I really should have done this earlier. I really should have just...
What should you have done earlier?
I should have reconstructed my skeleton earlier. It's really weird to look at, but you know what? At least I'm walking.
Benji, relax. She's safe. You have my word on that. Now, this Hugh character,
Mm-hmm.
you said you've heard of him, and that a friend of yours is fearful of him.
Yeah.
Did she say why?
You're new. And I get you want all the answers
Very.
and everything. And so, I'm going to tell you that this person is after my friend.
I see.
Because of some violation or some shit, some Camarilla bullshit.
So he is Camarilla.
I've never met him. I've never seen his face, so I couldn't tell you. 100%.
Well, I can tell you for absolute certain that your friend has a reason to fear him. He is, from what I can make out, Camarilla. He is temperamental, he is aggressive, he is very unstable, and apparently he really doesn't like anarchs.
I mean, I don't expect anything less from a Camarilla sack of shit.
Yes, well, we all know Cami affiliates aren't exactly brilliant.
Oh no, they're fucking smart.
Oh, they're smart. But they're also arrogant as hell.
I mean, you can use that to your advantage, I guess.
Exactly. But what we need to do now is we need to come together, if you will. Because it's clear the Camarilla are well and truly here. Especially if he's behind all these problems with Father Trent. After all, he claims that he's friends with Father Trent.
Well, whatever he claims is whatever he claims. I don't give a shit.
There was a woman, a ghoul, who was also hanging around Father Trent. So here's my thought. However long Father Trent has been causing problems, chances are the Camarilla has already been here that long. Makes sense?
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
And they've been playing around in this domain for that long.
Wait, isn't Father Trent's church technically in another domain?
Is it?
You would know as a native of San Antonio that it's part of Delgado's greater domain. As to who runs that particular section, you're not entirely sure. Or you can give me a politics roll for it.
I will do a politics roll.
With intelligence.
Politics, intelligence.
You leaving it there?
Yeah, I think I will.
Yeah, that's part of Delgado's greater domain. You're not entirely sure who runs that particular section, though.
Well, at least they've been playing around in Delgato's domain for that long.
Huh.
You see, normally I make myself at home in Batista's area.
And now you're prowling around Sanctuary.
On request of Amber. I'm still deciding whether it's worth hanging around, but I'm not willing to turn tail and run while the Camarilla may still be a threat.
I mean, at the very least, it's kind of a bridging thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Common enemy and all that. So, my thought is that we need to work together. Share as much information as we can. You said that they are after your friend. Your
Yep.
friend is somewhere secure, I hope?
As far as I know.
Does anybody know where she is?
I don't know.
Good. The less people that know exactly where she is, the better.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. Less people that they can get information from. But judging by Hugh, I don't think it will matter whether he gets her or not. Call it a gut feeling.
You think he's just after some Anarch blood?
Yes.
Based on the fact that he doesn't like Anarchs.
Just based on his general attitude. I had a little bit of a conversation with him.
Yeah, you said
And
unstable.
he was itching for a fight, and Amber happened to give him that.
Oh, God. What? Okay.
Like I said, she's fine. She's fine.
She better fucking be.
Well, she's not a pile of dust, I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
And it could have been a lot worse. This Hugh, his capabilities, he's able to hide quite sufficiently in the shadows. He is he has exceptionally sharp eyes. And the one that we have thought of as a ghoul had the ability to make Amber and I follow her instructions. The ghoul has been sent to Urien. What's become of it, I have no idea, especially since there was, when I contacted everybody, they said they were busy. So I'm assuming something went wrong. All in all, this is a fucking mess.
I think that's putting it lightly.
Yes. You could say that. What are your thoughts, Benji?
I'm not gonna lie. I want to rip this Hugh guy's fucking face off.
Good. But measure.
I'm not exactly at my best. So patience is a virtue.
One that you clearly struggle with.
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I just wish I knew where John and Violet were, so that we could catch them up as well. No matter. For now, we're just twiddling our thumbs and waiting. Amber says she'll meet us back here. And I'm sure the others will show up in due time.
And it's about that time that Amber does, in fact, make her way to the meeting house. The little bit of paranoia still kind of tickling the back of your mind, but it's not nearly as intense anymore.
Would that count as the compulsion being over?
It's over.
If I
Yeah.
played through. Okay. So, after having managed to calm down, Amber would have fixed up her makeup, locked up the house, making sure to check around for anybody before leaving for the meeting house.
As far as you can tell, your haven is just as secure as when you entered it.
Alright. So, Amber would make her way to the meeting house. Gonna enter in. And she's gonna be beelining for the basement. She's here to talk to Benji.
And you see that Benji and Velda are both sitting on the floor of the basement. Benji seems to have limbs, though his clothes fit really weird.
Oh, Amber. Glad to see you've caught up. How are you feeling?
I've managed to calm down, although my jaw still fucking hurts. I'm
Yeah.
gonna need to feed to fix that, but that can be done. It's not a major problem.
See, I told you she was okay.
Yeah. Things went tits up, right? Like I thought they would.
Yep, things went tits up, but you told me to get out of there if shit got hairy, and I did. Not by my exact choice, mind you. I would have preferred to have chased him off like I was trying to, but that it
No,
didn't
you
end
made
up
the
panning
right
out
call.
like that.
Velda was just filling me in on what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet. My underestimation was my problem and I paid the price for it. And that's all there is to say on the matter.
Ah, but from your underestimation, a lot of information was gleaned.
Yeah. Which I suppose is a silver lining on this giant turd we currently call our situation.
The more we know, the better that we can prepare.
Yeah.
No?
The herd is
Yeah, you're right.
the herd is still like not having. We're still having people problems with people attending or whatever. Right?
Probably, if it hasn't already dissolved. I mean, with this information, it tells me that it's not Father Trent who was attacking the herd, it was Hugh. And if it was Hugh, then we have problems. Trent's just a weapon in all of it.
Benji filled me in on the fact that he's heard of this Hugh before. Have you?
Yes. I couldn't share it at the time given the circumstances. I was going to tell you afterwards, but things...
You were acting very strange afterwards.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I lost my cool. And that won't do. That simply
It's
won't
fine.
do.
As
But
for Hugh, he's after a friend of yours?
yes, he's after a friend of ours.
Intriguing.
And if I remember from what Urien has said about the subject, I think he may be of Clan Malkavian.
Well, that would fit with his demeanor. He was very unstable.
Yeah, and I don't know, but I think he did something to my head. I don't know what it was, but I think he did something with the way that he was speaking. But I can't confirm or deny that because I don't know. But as I was talking to him, everything in my body screamed, I need to run. I need to hide away from everything and everyone.
Does this sound like anything that I've heard of before?
Wits plus occult.
Oof.
There's lots of weird shit out there. There's not really a way to know.
Could be anything. Could just be Amber being afraid. He was a rather intimidating spectre.
That's entirely true.
Yes, but I don't buckle so easily. Not anymore. I used to. But not anymore.
So this person, he is Camarilla?
Yes. He is Camarilla. If I remember from what Urien had said to us, he comes from New York, I think.
That sounds right.
And he is after a friend of ours. Because of some Camarilla thing. I don't exactly know what, but...
Benji mentioned something about him being a spectre of death.
I mean, that's how our friend described him.
I think... Urien mentioned the word scourge in his talkings, but I don't know what that means.
Would I know what a scourge is?
That's an intelligence and oh, let me look because I don't know what skill to call for actually.
Would it be politics?
I would think politics.
Yeah, politics or etiquette.
I'll go with politics. So intelligence?
Yes.
Much better.
It's not a term that you've heard passed around in anarch circles. It's definitely Camarilla in origin, but as to what the job may do, you're not positive on.
Okay. That's definitely something Camarilla. Not sure of anything else. He really doesn't like anarchs. My main concern is that he'll try and take this region for the Camarilla. I don't think it'll matter as to whether he gets his little friend back or not. Yeah. Well, then the question is, well, I guess that's been answered too, why he's targeting Trent. Because he's targeting this group particularly. Because
Doesn't surprise me.
she's related to you.
I mean, targeted tactics makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. Which means he knows who she is. They. She know they. He knows who they are affiliated with.
It would seem so. Well, yeah. What are we gonna do about it, though? I mean, I'm not in
That's
tip-top
the
shape, or else
question.
I'd go rip his face off right now.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah, Amber shakes her head in a...
He hurt you, Amber.
I know. And you and I, we're gonna have a little chat.
Benji,
Mm.
think of it like this. You're an ace up the sleeve. You've been missing for a little bit. And as far as Hugh knows, you've dropped off the radar. We also have John. If we put you two together to take this gentleman down, it makes things that much easier.
I don't like
But we
John.
need information. We need information. And no man is an island.
John gives
Taking
me
him
the
down
heebie-jeebies.
alone. Taking this one down alone is a bad idea.
Oh no, yeah, that's an incredibly bad idea. I know that much.
Besides, he'd be stupid to be here on his own. I've no doubt he's got others with him. After all, he saw fit to bring his ghoul along. Why not other kindred?
Yeah.
So as strong as you may be, running out to rip his face off is just a silly and reckless move.
Right now,
Right now. Regardless, I shall leave you two to it. And Velda makes her way back upstairs, leaving those two alone.
All right. And are you truly leaving them alone, or are you going to listen in?
No, she's just gonna leave them be.
Okay. And Velda climbs up the stairs, shutting the basement door behind her, and from what you can gather, may have gone to entertain herself in the living room.
Mm. Okay. Once she's gone, Amber is gonna move to come and kneel in front of Benji. And with one hand, she would gently cup his face. Your healing's coming along nicely.
And his good hand, he kind of just places it on your cheek. I don't like this. I don't like seeing that on your face.
Think that I do.
He got you good.
My jaw still fucking hurts. And she would gently pull Benji into a hug. Although, when she does this, her body can't help but reflexively make some crimson streaks run down her cheeks. Mascara only being applied very recently. Reapplied very recently. Running with it.
And he just holds you tightly. What in the world possessed you to pull a knife on that guy?
I was aiming for scare tactics and it didn't work.
You're
And
not
that's my bad.
scary. You want scary? I can scare people like a motherfucker.
I could be scary.
You're not scary at all. It's a fucking lie and you know it.
I can try, okay? I can try. I have 1 dot in intimidation, I can try. But it didn't go to plan. That was my underestimation and I paid the price for it.
Have you fed to fix it or no?
Not yet. I'm planning on it. Don't worry about that.
I kind of still need to stay out of sight, so...
You do. And I can see how ill-fitted your clothes are.
I know, it's
And
weird.
I would say that you're not... What is it, just like part skeleton under there or something?
And he kind of pulls up a skeletal hand and just like wiggles his fingers a little bit. It's really fucking weird that I can do this.
Benji. That's both
It's macabre,
morbidly beautiful.
kind of weird.
It's both morbidly beautiful and creepy at the same time, and I like that.
He just cocks a brow at you.
She hasn't moved from where she is, and she just chuckles. It's not a look that I'd want you to have all the time, obviously, but while you've got it.
Okay, that's a little weird.
What can I say? I'm a little weird. But... I'm just glad I didn't end up shattering my mirror earlier. That would have been bad.
Shattering a mirror?
As I said, he did something to me. He did something to my head, and it started filling with thoughts of betrayal. That everyone is out to get me. And
We all have moments like that time to time. I mean,
yeah, but he did something to bring that forward. And I don't know what it was, and
you're sure
I hate
about
it.
that?
He must have. Because I was fine before he started talking.
Weird.
But
That one sounds like a question for Urien. He's the one who knows about all this kind of
I'm going
all sorts
and
of
I'm going to ask him.
kindred-related stuff.
And I'm gonna ask him, but right now my priority is fixing myself and getting you back up in top condition. Because Benji. And this would be when she pulls out of the hug, and the face that she has, the face that she's wearing, is probably one that Benji has never seen from Amber before, but with the mixture of blood and mascara running from her eyes. Her face twisted in a scowl, and those steel blue eyes of hers, the almost silvery color, stained a deep crimson for just a moment. I want vengeance.
And I believe that is where we're going to take a quick break. Buckle up, everyone. We'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone, to San Antonio by night. We rejoin Urien as he's done a little bit of making contact with his fellow people out in the world, one of which being Baron Delgado, and the other attempting to contact Bureau Duval, but seems to be unable to reach him. And so, Urien makes his way, after all of that, to the coterie house, where M is.
Well, I try and keeping it quiet, not to disturb Randolph. I'm tired, so I make my way back up to M's room. I don't know what to tell her. I don't know what to say to that lost lamb.
You can hear on the other side of the door that she is still audibly crying.
He gently raps the door. It is Urien.
You hear. It sounds like something was about to be thrown, but stops. Come in.
He opens the door carefully and slowly. No sudden. He closes the door and locks it behind him.
You see that she has like a shoe in her hand.
Oh no. Please don't. Don't. Just walks up to her and takes the shoe from her, placing it down, holding her hand.
I don't know what to do.
I know. I am here, Em. He kisses the top of her hand. I will not let them take you. I've made your intentions known. You will not be returning. Ever. We'll see to that.
I don't know what to do.
He pulls out a small handkerchief. Usually he only uses it for his own, but at this point he tries his best to clean her face. The blood inside of her cheeks. Smells it. Closes his fist around this tiny piece of cloth. Places it into his pocket. And he holds her tight. My beautiful lamb.
I was so scared for you.
Do not be. We are something else.
You're not leaving me, right?
No.
Okay. Okay.
No matter how much one of my charges may displease me, I have never left them, though they may leave me.
I'm not going anywhere. This is the safest I've been in a long time. I don't...
The San Antonio is your home, yeah. And I will not allow it to be taken from you. I will not allow them to hurt you. I promise you this. And if they ever did, I would see this city reduced to ashes before letting them keep you away from me.
You sure that's wise?
I am sure it is foolish. A heart that longs for a time that is long forgot. But what I have learned from anarchs in my time is rarely is it about wisdom. Rarely. It is about what is the heart willing to do. You remind me of everything good that I've ever had. You are a reminder of better evenings. You are a student most prized. You're the only one who knows my secrets. The sort I am.
Our little secret.
Yes. Our little secret.
I don't want him to find me. He'll devour me. He'll devour everyone.
He can try. But I know that route all too well. He will attempt. And I will make myself the most succulent meal he ever laid eyes on. And when it's all said and done, well, this is the snack that bites back. There's that smile. There's that smile.
Don't get fed upon.
I have made
Don't
a
let him
promise.
devour him.
I've made a promise to myself. Everything I am will be to remove you from the board. To keep you safe. I will make them hate me. Revile me. So long as they are not thinking you.
And she nods.
You know the saddest of truths. I think the briefest of moments since I moved to this city I almost felt happy. Now that time is gone.
You can feel happy again, right?
I think I can only settle for content now.
What would make you happy?
Urien thinks back. Thinks back a long, long ways. Perhaps it's enough to move tears. As he ends up back to Liliana. Thinks back to home. This beautiful Liliana. Thinks back to Theodore. That old charmer. Thinks back to his great-grandchild who had made him so proud. All of it's gone. Or worse. The only words leave his mouth. I think I will rest. In 1,000 years. In 1,000 years I would rest knowing of what I have built here. That will make me content. But happy? I do not know if such a thing can be possible now. I will not ask you to tax yourself further. You have been taxed quite enough this evening. But know that the woman who would find you and bring you back has been collared and removed from the playing field.
You would want me to go looking for him?
No. I am going to have him come looking for me. The situation is untenable. His ghoul has been removed. His one attachment. He knows why. He knows who is ultimately responsible. And I have no doubt if he has any sense, he will know exactly who it was that brought his ghoul out of the light. The serpent can swallow her whole for all I care, so long as you are safe. So long as Benji remains safe. Laughable plan, considering what he had done, what I had to do. And the truth I can never admit to them is I took him off the board because he would not be safe on his own. And he would never understand that. He would charge forward the soldier he is. So he took away his legs, his spirit, and let him know patience least a little while longer. This night I will return to him, speak with him, and I will open my veins to him. For he is my charge, regardless of what else I may think. And I would sooner starve myself than leave him in that pit longer than he has to.
I have a feeling that he's gonna be needed soon.
Yes. And that's the part that breaks my heart. He would put himself in death's jaws at my command to do my will, keep you safe. I damn my own soul for such things. He places a hand on her shoulder, pulls her tight. Beautiful lamb. My beautiful lamb.
My troubled Marius.
He turns. What?
It's your name, isn't it?
Stu-
Urien always felt off. A snake that devours its own tail. The Ouroboros.
What do you know him?
That's it. Did I make you mad?
No. Do you know the full name?
That's all I've ever gotten. I didn't push too hard. I didn't want to pry.
No.
It just came to me one day. It just made sense.
Seat yourself, Em.
And she sits down.
He sits at her side. A long time ago, in a country that no longer exists, I was born son of a fisherman. There wasn't a lot for the village, but we made do. My father, you see, if I remember right, he oftentimes would tell me of such riches that lie in the sea. Once they said he would bring up a wonderful bounty. Perhaps one day he would raise up a pirate's treasure. I was born in the year of our Lord, 1242. It was beginning to be winter. on the eve of my embrace. Marius was the name given to me by my sire. As strange as that would be.
Born
He
anew.
believed. Yes. He gave me a new life. And in doing so, he remade me. Vidia Calhoun Corda. Embraced what they would call Marius Calhoun. The evening I died the second time was in Jackson. Then I was known as Prince Marius Calhoun. The flesh you see here. This is the flesh of a murderer. My murderer. Nanark who, along with his coterie, sought to devour everything. Cast it all aside. Tortured my beloved. Ripped my friends. My court. Destroyed everything that took over 100 years to build. And left it a smoldering ruin. Now, in the guise of a man I despise, I have only one thing left. Will to teach, as I have done so for centuries. When I took you in, when I took Wolf in, Benji, Amber, even the one called Velda and Violet.
They're new.
I was a teacher again. A builder. Now I am lost. I fight those who I would have called brother. I see ghosts that no longer recognize their own prince. I am hunted by my beloved child. I am my own murderer, and am hunted as swift justice for such crimes and atrocities, and cursed to end up feeding on the blood of my own students. And I am to remain composed and hang on to everything that was good about what I was. But they don't know. And I have to live a lie until it becomes the truth that I am Urien Doyle. Praised as a hero of Jackson, and condemned as the murderer of Prince Marius Calhoun. So now I tread a path where I must find some way to make it right. And yet everything inside me screams to build and become what I once was. For I have no other path before me, and I am pained when I look at you because every time I see my beautiful Liana, his hands destroyed. And I have to look at my students in the eyes and try to end up being a leader again. But they can never know. They can never know him. Perhaps I've gone mad. Perhaps I've gone mad.
And she just pulls you in close.
I hate them. I hate them so much. And all I can do is protect them. And they will never once know who or what I am. But a monster and a tyrant and a barbarian. So I will become these things. Let them come. Let them come with all their haters. I will give them a reason to hate. I will give them a reason to come to seek vengeance. And I will play the role of the foolish Urien Doyle. And no one will ever remember a beloved prince. Only a corpse.
And she just says to you, "I'm so sorry."
Are you so sorry that you would hold one that you would call enemy? I was once. I fear in my own heart. Still am Camarilla. I miss my Camarilla so. And yet,
You're not the one I'm afraid of. You would sooner destroy me. Because I'm an abomination. Created outside of the law.
and so we both are. We are both things that should not be. And I will hold that burden for the two of us.
You're not alone.
Tries to shakily stand.
You're not alone.
No, I am not. I find myself don't think I have ever once said. My name is Prince Marius Calhoun Jackson, first of his name, sired by Vide Calhoun Corta, child to hear Magredo Corialdo the Outcast, childer of Dries Moyer, childer of the Arjan Voorhees, childer of Jonas Castinian, child of Helena of Athens, child of Akhentoken, child Ventru. Oh, holy lords. Old lineage. Once so proud, now torn asunder. And I have no idea how to make it all right, Em.
I don't know either. But it's a pleasure to meet you, Marius Calhoun.
It is a pleasure to finally introduce myself to you. Em.
I wish I knew my real name.
It
I
is
seem
your
to
real
have
name.
lost. I seem to have lost it.
No. No, you have not. I think M suits you all too well. I must apologize for making a scene. It is unsightly for a gentleman. I must go to see. I must go to end up seeing Benji. Seek him out.
Okay. It's been a while since I've seen him.
When he is ready, I will send him to you. Our little secret, he says as he walks out the door.
I won't tell if you don't.
Closes the door behind him. And there's a horrible thought in his head. Why did he do that? Why did he leave himself exposed? It was a fledgling's mistake. Stupid. Stupid. She called me Marius. She called me Marius.
With that, we are going to quickly jump back to the meeting place for a moment to get Urien together with the ladies as well as Benji. When you arrive, Urien, you arrive to see that Velda is sitting on the couch in the front room.
Welcome back, Urien. Mr. Doyle.
Thank you very much, Velda.
Did you receive my message?
No, I have to apologize. I was otherwise indisposed.
We ran into some trouble at the church.
What kind of trouble?
A man named Hugh. I believe you know the name.
A scourge from New York, if I am to understand this correctly.
Yes, after a friend of yours, I assume? Don't tell me their name or where they are. That's dangerous. Tell me, when were you going to tell us exactly the nature of what was happening?
Is Violet there? Sorry.
She can be. I believe that you were going to meet up there as well, so I'll go ahead and put you there too. Sorry, I completely blanked on that one.
Thank you. I believe he wasn't aware until earlier tonight, so as he's probably been busy since then, this was the first available opportunity.
I don't think he was. After all, there's been rumors about the Camarilla for a while. Is this why the Camarilla has turned their gaze to San Antonio?
From what I understand, this Hugh is acting out of personal interest. Him and his group, however many there are here purely for personal reasons. There would
I
not be...
wasn't asking you, Violet. I was asking Mr. Doyle.
No, Velda, you are demanding of Mr. Doyle.
And are you going to answer my question?
With the tone that's being given, I'm very unlikely to end up answering it. Thankfully, you've caught me in set me your pleasant mood.
Mr. Doyle, with the Camarilla on the heels of this place, I believe it is time for information to become a shared thing.
You'd think that.
Yes, I do think that. Keeping us in the dark doesn't necessarily do anyone any good.
Really. Because in the dark is how we've protected ourselves for quite some time.
And running in blind, deaf, and dumb ends up with us running in and losing our heads.
Remind me again, who came to who?
Amber came to me. And I've been working with Amber.
And what have you accomplished since your arrival? Truly.
I've gathered quite a bit of information.
What have you actually accomplished?
Not a good deal.
No. Yet you would make demands of me.
No, I
When
would
I
ask
was-
for information to be shared, Mr. Doyle.
Please be kind to watch your tone, Velda. I'm trying to end up keeping things cordial. And right now, to be perfectly blunt, I am trying to end up here maintaining myself where I don't drain you dry right here. Please understand that. Now, you're asking, what do I know? I know that the Camarilla, according to what you have given me, is divided. They are not in unique purpose. One seeks out a specific target, the other seeks another. So if you are under the impression that if they get what they want, it will just go away, by all means. I believe the term is roll them bones.
That is not what I'm thinking.
Well,
I'm thinking it doesn't matter if they get what they want, they're going to dig their claws in this place anyway. But by knowing what they want and why they want it, might give us some headway.
I can only speak for one. The other one will have no part in divulging. As you said, no names or locations. Suffice it to say that one would be considered a breach of tradition. The other one, myself, brings a particular personal matter. I know for a fact that Kyle A. Calhoun is approaching. I know that the old sheriff from Jackson is still alive. Nosferatu, of great strength and wit, has arrived. I know that it is likely that he is the reason why it is that now the communications between Berenice has stopped. Because at this current moment, the runner known as Björn is nowhere to be found. However, it's unlikely he is dead. Nosferatu have a propensity for seeing familiar ties across sect lines. So I'd suspect that he and his child are perhaps staked until they come around. Perhaps even being blood bonded at this very moment. I also know that Hugh is Scourge who is looking to devour every one of you. It is his nature. It's what he was crafted to be. Insightful, silent, and ultimately would not be dissuaded by threats. This is the type of target you need to learn to burn down.
So what exactly is a scourge? I've heard that word, but not commonly.
Scourge. Think of it as, you heard the Camarilla term sheriff, right? You at least understand this?
Yes.
Good. It is much like a sheriff. The difference being is that when small things of little consequence to the court show up, thin bloods, for instance, or perhaps a poacher, or one who's simply traveling through the domain and doesn't have the kindness to introduce themselves. If they are ever found out by the Scourge's job is to remove them. And the favored method of most scourges is to drink of the amaranth.
In which case, Amber and I are both lucky to still be walking. We had a
See,
face-to-face encounter with this Hugh.
and yet you still stand.
Yes, quite luckily.
Are you sure?
Well, he now knows our faces, so you tell me. Amber has had her face beaten in, and I think it was due to his instability that we were able to make it out.
And that instability is exactly what we're hoping for.
He's exceptionally temperamental.
Good. I intend to make him extremely temperamental.
And he's
Well,
very aggressive. And his eyes are exceptionally sharp, to the point where he could tell me exactly what I was texting Violet.
good.
He lacks ability at hiding, though.
From what I was able to discern, his greatest strength is compulsions, being able to command people.
That would make sense. He likes to play games of his own omission. And he has told myself and Amber to never return to the church.
Fantastic.
So, whatever information that we can glean is handy. Benji has been caught up to date and has been fed.
How is his recovery doing?
He is growing back limbs. His skeleton is intact. It's not exactly pretty, but it'll get there.
It is not his looks that concerns me.
Yes, well, his mobility is slightly, slightly interred. He's hobbling.
Good. It means his spine has returned.
Indeed. And he is raring to go. After hearing what happened to Amber, he is more than happy to rip off this man's face.
So I believe. I would speak with him after I've spoken with the three of you.
Okay.
Velda, you have been doing most of the speaking, but if it would amuse you, I would like to end up hearing that of Miss Violet and Miss Dupree.
Be my
Speak your
guest.
mind. Seems everybody else will.
At this time, I have very little to add. Madame is currently,
Recuperating.
for lack of a better word, she is bloodbound to Hugh, so right now she is restrained, and I will have to wait and see how long that blood takes to wear off.
It may be of use that it does not.
Well, we'll see. He recruited her after her previous... after my sire, Father Thomas Wilde, passed away in the Detroit incidents.
So it is confirmed.
I have no reason to believe she would lie, and all evidence points to her new loyalties.
strolls up to Violet. Kind of starts to get in personal space, looking her in the eye, looking up at her, before reaching for her hand. You have my deepest condolences, Miss Violet. It is never easy, the loss of one's sire.
I suspected it. Part of me even hoped it.
And yet, it is a part of you that you will never get back.
But anyway. Hugh likes to dabble in religion. He finds it funny, to use Madame's phrasing. He is after this person of interest. And again, from what Madame said, I don't think he knew that you knew her personally. She was sent to you as a starting point. You are seen as something of a... not a weak point, but an opening in this city.
I who must guard the gate. Well, that being said, whatever you may think of me, whatever I may think of you, suffice it to say, on this, the loss of blood, our own, I will mourn with you in time. Ember, I am assuming that the damage to your face is not permanent.
No. No, it isn't. I will eventually need to go at feed so that I can make sure that it's fixed without expending too much blood. Ah, my jaw still fucking hurts. But that's something that I can sort out, which isn't a problem. I must also note that in talking to him during this confrontation, that he managed to do something to me with his words. Something to my head, not a command, but planting the seed of something. These voices started hearing my own consciousness turning against me.
In the recent nights, I have to admit, I know how you feel, Mr. Dupree. Not something I would openly admit. Yet, there it is. So, go on. Berate the horrible man in the pentagram. Please, let's hear it now.
Why would I?
He kind of looks to Velda and looks back to you.
There's no reason to berate you, Mr. Dolly. You haven't done anything wrong. In fact, the mistake here is mine. My underestimation was what got me clocked in the face. The pain that I feel radiating through my jaw with every word that I speak is my fault alone.
That That there. That would bring a smile to this one's face. That first step. So, are we at the point now where we believe the encounter with Father Trent is something to be swept aside, allowed to continue to happen, and simply focus on other assets? Or do we finish what we started?
I think
Trent.
it is now part of a larger game. I mean, removing Trent is now no longer just removing someone targeting us, it is a blow against this Hugh.
That is assuming that Father Trent still lives. Hugh seemed unstable enough to me that he would take out a no longer needed piece. And since his ghoul is now missing, that leaves Father Trent as a loose end.
Or a potential substitute? I would rather him see Father Trent as a loose end.
He may even use the church as a form to attack us. Perhaps thinking that we might be drawn back in. But that is his turf now. Actually, now that I look around, where's John?
He is recuperating.
Recuperating.
Yes, he made a foolish claim. Said that he would protect the Madame. His promise and my promise were at odds. And so, well, if it's
Violence
of any
ensued.
consol- it's usually how these things are settled if one cannot come to a admirable compromise. Madame could not compromise. I am sure Miss Violet would agree that in her current state she was not in the position to bargain on behalf of her domator.
And that was his mistake.
I do not think it was a mistake. I rather think it's smart. You have to understand, Hugh does not see Madame as a person, merely a tool.
Of course.
Why would you let a wrench do the bargaining for you?
It is a regrettable thing that it had to come to that, but he said that he would protect her, and
So
as
he
things
almost
came
gave
to
up
him,
his life to do so.
What do you intend to do with him?
Let him heal up. Let him understand what has transpired. And then we will find out. Worst case scenario, I already have plans in mind.
I see.
But that is neither here nor there. I must speak with my student now.
do you want to go down to him, or would you like him to come up? He is
I will go
able
down.
to move. Okay.
This is for his edification.
Understood.
I will be downstairs if anyone needs me.
Of course. Mr. Doyle, before you do go down, I haven't had a chance to stop in. I'm sure you may have in your things. How is our friend doing?
Truthfully, they live in a state of constant fear and panic. And so I told them I will do what I do best. I will give them a calm. So, what I do now, from this night forward, is to fulfill that promise. I take my word very seriously, Ember. He starts to walk towards the basement, closing the door behind him.
And when you come to the basement, you do see that Benji has gotten dressed, and it looks like he does have all 4 of his limbs at this point, but his clothing doesn't seem to fill out all that great. Seems rather loose.
I walk down. I don't speak in yet. Simply observe him.
But he notices you as soon as you start coming down the stairs. So you decided to come down and check up on me too, huh?
I would imagine that the harem upstairs would have sufficed for company. He grabs 2 steel chairs and pops them out, placing them face to face.
They've all already done this kind of thing.
I very much am sure they have. I'm not here to speak to you, Benji. He sits down.
And Benji takes the other chair across from you. Kind of folding his arms, the one fully formed and the one fairly skeletal. So what are you down here for then?
I am here to listen to the wisdom of a student.
The wisdom of a student, huh? I don't know how much wisdom I have.
Considering
I
the
fucked a
past
bunch of shit
week.
up.
They often say that suffering is the mother to all wisdom.
You know why I snapped, right?
He opens his hands, saying, "Go ahead."
You started talking like my sire. Carnage. Toothy ass motherfucker who couldn't stand a petulant child. And those glowing red eyes set me off. But I realized that the issue that I had in going out was that I went hungry for too long. That was the part I fucked up on.
And what of the girl?
that it would have caused a lot less of a mess if I had just ended her there.
Perhaps. Perhaps the approach could have been changed.
I didn't mean to keep it from you. Nobody asked.
And yet, she is now dead.
Yeah. Same outcome, different circumstances.
No. No. Not the same outcome. I do not have much I can give right now, Benji. But I can let you in on a secret. Do you know that the Tremir's blood cannot bind kindred?
Oh, that's weird.
You've seen me use blood bonds before, but never to myself.
I was kind of wondered about that.
So when I entrust someone, when I feed upon them, it is me entrusting them with a part of my soul. When...
Because you can't do it back just to ensure anything.
No. And I will be honest with you, Benji. I am famished. I may have another 2 nights in me.
Should get that looked at.
I should.
That's what
And
got
I've
me to snap.
Yes. And I've decided that my dish, what I would have. But I need a proper chef. But I will not ask this individual. I will not demand. You are a prize student, Benji. Though you may sometimes drive me to temper.
I think that much is obvious. I'm Bruja. And you're not exactly the... Well, I wouldn't say that you're not exactly patient, but I wouldn't say that you stand for bullshit.
No. I think it's fairly clear I do not stand for bullshit. So, have you tried to heal more of yourself this night?
What you see is what I have today, so...
And it taxed you?
Velda brought a snack.
Yet you can still feed.
Could use a snack. They said they were going to put animal traps out. Never had that.
It is disgusting, you wouldn't care for it.
Ugh.
I am... But you offered me something once. And I hope you can understand this starting the game. He pops his fangs and rolls his sleeve back. I don't think I've done this since I embraced my childhood. With that,
You want to feed me?
he bites into his own wrist. And he's not gentle with it. He makes it very clear he's putting himself in pain. When he stops, the wound is nasty, gashed. Seeing the veins and arteries that are long dead almost popping out of the skin.
Ah,
And leans it towards Benji.
you just said you were fucking famished.
I also said you are my student.
You see that he's visibly kind of wrestling with it. Why would you do that? Like, being a student is one thing. You teach a student.
Drink. And I will give you the answer you require.
Kind of sighs and then takes your wrist and drinks from it.
Slow.
And he's slow about it.
Enough. He looks at giving Benji 1 point, putting him at 4 hunger. The blood is more than just sustenance, Benji. It is more than you could know. But in order for me to teach you, to prepare you for the meal you wish to rip the face off of, and I would most certainly enjoy gorging myself upon his vitae, the one who would hunt him, my beloved M. I wish to bestow a gift upon you. Tell me, have you ever noticed the taste of vitae? Truly appreciated it?
Can't really say that I've done a lot of thinking about it. Not in recent
No.
nights, anyway.
Tonight, you'll rest. Heal as you can. We will hunt soon. But we must be very specific. Very specific. You must drink the blood of the calm. The sensual. Those who command. Those who feel. You will hunt such individuals. And I will begin teaching you the sight. My blood's gift to you, Benji.
And I believe that is where we are going to end tonight's session.
Good.
Thank you all so much for playing. I'm sorry we keep going over on time. It's just so good. I'm sorry.
Son of a bitch, you didn't even give me like a few seconds to calm down from M.
I know! I'm sorry.
Like I'm still at that point where like emotionally it's like Velda, don't push the Goku
Oh,
button.
no.
Why are you pushing the Goku button?
Velda's gonna push that button.
Like, okay.
This
Jesus,
isn't emotional bleed, it's
Yeah,
emotional
you
hemorrhage.
shouldn't have did that.
Look, okay, where Velda's concerned, she's like, there is not enough information sharing happening between these people. Everybody's walking around blind and fucking stupid, and we're walking into trouble.
To counterpoint that, it's like, we literally only found this info out tonight.
Except Velda knows that Benji and Amber knew this stuff previously. Therefore,
They knew
Urien
there was
must
a
have.
guy called Hugh related to someone who was no longer active.
And they knew he was coming in. That's why they saw fit to hide her.
Did they?
That's what she got from Benji.
And Amber and Benji did know that he was coming. Because they were
They
in
knew he
on
was
hiding
coming.
him.
But yes.
That's why Velda was so in Urien's face. It's like, you need to share this information because this is actually necessary now.
Yep.
I hope you guys don't hate me too much.
No.
No,
I love
not
you.
at all.
Love you.
Oh,
But we
God.
do need to issue a couple of stains, if you haven't marked them already. Miss Violet, your touchstone was injured. As we said
Yeah.
last time, you'll have to mark that today. But I think that's the only stain we have today.
Yeah,
I
I'm pretty sure it is.
Can't negate that stain down to 0, can I?
With a sufficient
can.
argument, what would you argue is the reason you could?
I must pursue the personal secrets of others, for they grant me power. Literally, this is because we needed information.
I'm not the ST, but that sounds about right.
I would say you learned a new secret today, yeah.
So, juice was worth the squeeze.
Yep. Her getting injured was worth getting the information she provided you.
Which completely cancels out that stain. Yay!
So, there you are.
Which means somehow Violet is still at 7 humanity.
Oh,
Yeah.
Violet, you're gonna go down that spiral at some point. I'll get you someday.
Yeah, that's the best part is an ST, right? I'm a shark under the water and I'm waiting.
You know,
And
I'm one of those who's like an emotional bleed kind of person, and so I want to poke at all of you all of the time. Hi, I'm evil.
Yeah. God, I can't believe that worked out. Okay.
So, any recovered willpower?
yes,
Yes.
I fulfilled my desire.
My goodness. Go ahead and heal
Finally.
that aggravated you had.
Yes, because my desire was to talk to Benji.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was deal with Madame, but I think that's a bit too vague. Like, in looking back on it.
I would
give it up. Sorry.
I would say that wording was a little vague for the actual desire of what you wanted to do, but I'll still count it for willpower recovery.
So you gain 1 willpower.
So the next time you want to deal with someone, be just a tad more specific.
Yeah, that was because I think that one's been a holdover since before we had her captured, so...
Mhm. Velda, Urien, any recovered willpower?
I'm still at full willpower.
I didn't get to talk to the real estate today, so
Nope. Oh well. Now we move on to some experience. We have the one for everyone.
Yeah.
Yay.
Ding.
Ding.
Fries are done.
I see what you did there. The next things are the player voted, so let's talk about who moved our plot.
Urien.
Yeah, Urien.
Yeah.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would have said Velda.
Really?
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
I'm not going to deny the experience. Trust me, I'll gladly take the experience, but that would have been my vote.
I could see why your vote would go that way. Okay.
Up to you guys.
This is a
Doesn't
little
bother
bit
me either way.
Bruce, what do you think?
I think Urien or Velda both are valid.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like that's a majority vote for Velda, if Amber's changing her vote to that.
Yeah.
Then Velda it is. Who moved the plot?
Okay. Thank you.
Who had the best scene?
Urien.
Yeah.
I would actually say Amber. Her conversation with herself.
I was
Because
gonna,
that was brilliant.
I would agree with you if it wasn't for Miss Violet and Madame at the start.
There's a lot
I-
of good scenes today, y'all.
I am honestly tied between Urien, myself, and Violet. Well, even Velda had like a decent scene with talking to Benji, like feeding Benji today.
That was kind of
Like,
funny.
that was
a little comedic
That,
relief.
that was a little bit of comedic. There was a bit of
Can I turn
comedic
off the
relief,
light?
but it was also a good scene.
Can I turn on the lights now?
No. I can't decide.
Oof.
Do we want to roll off all or nothing?
Do
I
you want to
guess
roll
we
off all or
are.
nothing?
Sure.
So,
High
you
clan
form
high?
lovely
High
players.
clan high.
Mm-hmm.
High clan high.
Nope.
Boo. Boo.
Never leave it up to the judges.
But the judge, there isn't a judge in this game yet.
Dice is the judge. It knows how this is gonna work.
It knows how this is working. Best line.
Urien, this is the snack that bites back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say my name is Marius Calhoun.
Oh, I
Yeah.
loved his lineage. It's so good.
His lineage.
Urien.
I think all for various lines we are agreeing on Urien.
Yeah. Like, if it wasn't for that, my pick would have been Amber looking at herself in the mirror, arguing with herself. It's like, we could always go back to Ashley. No!
Oh, fuck Ashley.
It's like, I refuse to go back to him with my tail between my fucking legs. It's like, we will either claw our way out of this pit or we will die trying.
That's why I voted for that one for best scene.
In a weird alternative crossover, is a conversation that Amber also shares with Pikachu.
Oh no.
But no, Urien gets that one. Urien gets that one from me.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but that statement of his lineage is just
Juicy.
is delicious. It's delicious.
But yeah, that'll do it for experience. Any expenditures from our lovely players?
Yes.
What do you want to
I'm
do?
going to get I am going to get a 4th dot in presents.
Hell
Ooh.
yeah.
Big spend.
Big spender. Beautiful.
Now I could go for I could either get call or I could go orcs. I don't have that. I do have daunt.
Either one would be perfectly sufficient for Miss Violet.
You could also go Dread Gaze if you wanted.
Dread gaze.
If you
Yeah,
wanted to double
it's
down on your
better
intimidation.
Yeah. Let me have a think. But either way, I'm taking the 4th dot of presence.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm sitting at 5 experience, so I'm still saving up to get my 2nd dot in discipline.
Mm.
I just recently did a big spend, so my 3 is staying banked.
Nice.
I'm also banking as I am saving 10 XP for something.
Nice.
Are we going to be... Are audience votes going to be a thing? Because I see a fairly active chat this time around.
Ooh, do we have an active chat? Well, if we have an active chat, you guys can definitely do an audience vote if you'd like to. Go ahead and throw in your vote for an additional experience. Chat.
Votes from anybody?
Yes.
Go ahead and chuck them in.
But
We'd
yes,
like to hear what you guys thought.
how did you all enjoy it? How did you all think of the session? What are your
It was
thoughts?
good. It was good.
It's a bit of an emotionally big one.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that's trying to go, don't eat Velda, don't eat Velda, don't eat Velda.
Oh,
I'm not
this
gonna
is the
lie,
thing.
Yeah.
If Urien approached Velda about actually feeding from her, she'd be like, "Go ahead." And you know what? You have my word. I won't use it against you.
Next time she's snippy, just drain her down to 5 dots, hawk the carcass on the ground, and say, somebody clean that up.
What
the hell happened?
honestly, honestly, I think this is the first session where, the second session where I've actually really liked the intro that I've done.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Love it. Love to
I
see.
find it interesting. This is the first time that Velda's actually shown her fangs to another player character. Like she's been having a little back and forth with Violet, but it's never been really serious on her end. Like she's never actually bit back. Not with any real force.
Also, I cried playing NPCs today, just saying.
Oh.
I actually cried playing Madame and M.
Madame and M, yeah.
Oh
Because
no.
BB.
This was a session not of emotional bleed, but of emotional hemorrhage. There's all this emotional blood on the floor.
Like they're supposed to be crying, and so I actually had cries.
There's a lot going on.
Yes.
And
I mean, Violet meant what she said. Once she can trust Madame, Violet would consider siring her.
No, as I said, I now have this image in my mind that I if one of either you, Derek, or you, Coffee, doesn't end up drawing, I'm gonna have to commission it from you. Of Amber sitting in front of her knees, in front of Benji, the blood and mascara running down her face with this rage-driven look in her eyes, being
imagery,
like,
yeah.
"I want vengeance." Like that monstrous face of hers that she hasn't shown anyone. Not really.
And Benji got to see it.
And Benji got to see it.
I find it interesting on how Urien's pretending to be a monster, and the reality is that he's just a broken shell of a
He's
man
a
at this
soft
point.
boy, and he just wants love.
and Amber is trying to play this soft individual, and reality inside, she knows she's a vicious animal.
She doesn't like the fact that she's a vicious animal, but she's been pushed to the point now where she's like, you know what? Fuck it, I don't care. All I want right now is blood. His blood on my hands. He made me break my in metataps, he made me break my conviction. He did something to my head. And I don't like that.
That's fair. We're still getting votes in, I think.
We have one for Amber, one for Urien, one for John.
John didn't even make an appearance.
John is just... See, that's why John gets a vote, because John is just that good.
I've
And we
once
have one for Violet.
Yeah.
We got one for Amber, one for John, one for
At
Urien,
least
one
somebody
for
noticed that John
Violet.
was missing. It's like, where's John? Oh, he's recovering. Oh no.
Just so
Amber did notice that John was missing, but she's more concerned with her own stuff at the moment than bothering about the fucking La Sombra.
So, on that note, though, to give our healing characters a little bit of healing time, we can take, for the story, a 3-day time skip, or 3 days to a week, depending on how much you guys want to... If you guys want to do anything during that time.
I might as well roll my healing now, then.
Yeah,
One
I'll need to do that too.
first day is going to be aggravated.
Mm.
Okay, so he gets 2
Mhm.
hunger, and that heals 1 aggravated. And on the same day, he's going to heal 1 superficial. Okay, so he's got
Only
2
costs
back.
2.
Okay, so he's got 2 out of 5 back. Second day, 1, 2, 3.
Sorry to say it,
Only
but
this one.
You're gonna dip?
I'm gonna dip. I will message you. Let me know how long we actually decide it's the time skip being, and I will let you know what Violet plans to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that one of the background things she'll want to do is set up her shop, so...
Yeah, it'll mainly be club stuff probably.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, so 3 days, he heals 1 superficial, 3 aggravated, and brings him right up to 4 hunger.
Okay.
Which, given the fact he basically completely trained somebody the last time he fed, that might happen again.
I think I will do similar for Benji really quick.
Yep.
See where he's at.
I know
And-
Amber and Velda were going to be actively feeding him during that time.
Okay.
As
I'm going to assume Benji will express a particular strict diet that Urien has put him on.
Yes. He...
And
is the resonance you're looking for phlegmatic?
yeah, that
Is-
will allow him to gain, because now he's drank from somebody who can use all specs.
Mm.
And Urien is specifically trying to train him in all specs 1 to be able to sense the unseen.
Okay.
Because he knows what they're up against.
Mm.
And between a Nosferatu and a Malkavian, both of which use Obfuscate, and I was just told that this guy is not good at Obfuscate, it might give Benji an edge that he might need.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Thankfully, actually, Benji's hurt is already phlegmatic.
Yep. We already we recover willpower over these nights, do we not?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and
The
say
superficial?
that superficial and... Yeah, I'm gonna say aggravated too. Go ahead and bump yourself up for the downtime to full willpower.
Oh yay!
Yep.
Oh
Alright.
yay! I can finally
will-
get back up to full will.
Yep. I'm going to need to rouse to heal Amber's superficial damage. Over this time, one of the herd dot that she spent is also going to refresh, so if I need to feed off the herd, I'll probably do that too.
Okay.
Stay at hunger 2, go to hunger 3, go to hunger 4, and consume both herd dots to go back to hunger 2.
Okay. First day... Benji only needs 3 days, and you guys... And... 4 health he's able to go out and hunt on his own too.
If we go...
Actually, he's gonna take advantage of his herd that first time. So...
Yep. Now, depending on how many days we are in downtime, will depend on how many days I've got left on those herd dots floating. It'll be anywhere between a week and 4 days.
So far, I'm just gonna put us down for 3 days.
7 days remaining.
Yeah.
Okay. Urien, I believe. So we're at herd, only one dot herd phlegmatic for that, but
Benji's own herd is phlegmatic right now.
oh, so he's got a separate herd that is phlegmatic.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got his own.
Second day.
And we're down to one because of that. Yeah, I think.
Urien wanted to feed up. Amber could feed off that one dot in the herd and in the coterie herd,
I don't. With Urien, I specifically don't take herd. What I will do though.
What? I think what
Go ahead.
Lethality was saying is that Amber will feed from the herd and then Urien feed from her.
Oh, I know,
yeah.
but I keep that stuff in scenes because let's just be honest. That's a key point of Urien is the fact that he does need to be very careful. And let me double check my blood bonds.
You are right in that. That's fair enough.
Yeah. I believe though I am down to 2 nights on M. And
Yes, you have fed from her twice?
once.
Once. Okay.
Remember, I mark it down very specifically on how long a blood bond holds.
Yeah. A blood bond can form over the course of a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Benji's third day.
Yeah.
Ooh. He's back up to full. Benji is back to full health after 3 days.
Good. I'm going to send Benji to M.
Okay.
Yeah.
Specifically, Urien wants Benji not only to be angry at him because of Amber, but he wants to see, or for him to see what this is doing to M.
Yeah.
And that should get him at a point where it's like he is more mad at this guy than he is at Urien.
I rolled for intensity. It's not that great.
Damn. Well, I'll keep going, but yeah, outside. So that's what his orders are. What Urien would be doing is specifically trying to get information on Buer, and maybe guiding Benji to start working on his underworld bit.
Yeah.
But specifically saying, don't ever go alone. Take Amber or Velda. Walk with somebody who might be able to see these guys coming.
Right.
Because as far as Urien knows, I believe him and M are the only two that have shown that they can see through obfuscate. He's not sure about the others.
Amber knows Velda can.
It's pretty obvious that Velda can. She did specifically turn out that he's not very good at hiding.
Yeah, but Urien's not sure if that was an obfuscate thing or not when you said
Yeah,
it.
whether he was just physically hiding or whether he was actually like using a discipline to do so. But Amber would know that Velda has sensed the unseen.
Okay.
Speaking of herd stuff though, considering I fed from my herd, would that mean I'm allowed to roll for intensity as well?
Yes.
It's rolling for sanguine intensity.
I will let you do so.
Bleeding. Because I remember the results from the table. So, it's sweet, but nothing really sticks, so that's fine. Just means that,
Okay.
more dots in presence are... more dots in presence are fine if I really, really want to.
Okay.
But
and Benji's topped up. He's got phlegmatic blood in his system, and with Urien teaching him over the course of 3 days, how likely would it be that he would actually be able to pick it up?
Your call.
I mean, it's Auspex 1, so...
Yeah, it wouldn't take a whole lot. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to him.
Especially since,
I might even have Carlos involved in these lessons because, Carlos, both of us are tying up.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And not to mention, Urien was specifically priming him for Auspex.
That's true.
Priming the blood for Auspex, so... Yeah, I reckon 3 days would be enough. At the very least, if I was ST, that's the call I'd make.
Alright. So far, the downtime is only 3 days. If you guys have notes that you want to throw into our coterie chat so that I can have a note of what it is that you are doing, and if I need to, I can call for rolls. Otherwise, because we've got all the healing and stuff done. But we're going to go ahead and call this the stream for now. We will be back next week with our characters in a better health condition to better tackle the things coming up. So, say goodnight, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Bon nuit.
Somebody help me!
Sorry, John, you're only half health.